Well, I just ran into an old professor of mine from ACC on the trail. I'd never seen her here on the trail before. I've seen her a few times outside the classroom. I had a class with her, history of Eastern religions. I think it satisfied my humanities requirement or something like that. I also have to stop snorting like that when I'm filming. Melinda Rothhaus, and of course I didn't want to film while we were talking, but sounds like she's just started getting back to or starting out again with walking on the trail. So we were saying maybe we'll run into each other again, because I'm committed to doing this pretty regularly as long as don't have any more problem with my feet. It was nice running into her. She's one of a few people I've established somewhat of it's a very slight relationship with outside of school. Yeah. And I found out, I think I had looked on the schedule before, and I hadn't noticed her on there for anything. So she confirmed that she's not teaching any classes at ACC this year. I don't know. I had known from Facebook that she was doing I think they call it a PhD sabbatical. Something she's doing in San Francisco, but it's not a residency. I guess that would be what you'd call it, because she's not moved. She's still living here, but she goes out there on weekends or for extended periods, and then I guess get some more water. Not sure what her PhD is in. She posted on Facebook before, so I was kind of aware of it. She's a fortunate person that apparently seems like she has the means to travel a bit. I've seen some other posts. She's gone to New Orleans because she's lived in New Orleans before. There they are over there. I don't know if you can hear the sounds. Here's a cute little guy. They're working on the boardwalk over there with all the sounds of the machinery. Good morning. And Melinda was a very good professor, one of the toughest though that I've had. Her tests were some of the hardest that I ever had. But I learned a lot in that class. It's a difficult class to take because most Americans have such little reference. Don't know really know a whole lot about Eastern religions and the cultures that sprang them before we go into the class. So it's a lot to cram in there, trying to learn about Hinduism, Buddhism. Those are the two biggies, and all their permutations. I was mentioning to Melinda that these art history classes, and particularly referencing the Art History 1 now, just got me fascinated with ancient culture and prehistoric culture, and really in a way they've got me more interested in anthropology and archaeology than art so much, although of course they're all interrelated. But the origins of humankind and then the origins of language and when language first started and when were the first times Homo sapiens started doing this or that. It's very fascinating. One bad thing about filming walking this direction is that I'm walking generally towards the east. There's those crepe myrtles I took a picture of one time. So the sun sometimes directly in front of me. Unfortunately, it's a slight cloud cover, or the glare from that sun would probably be almost blinding in this lens. This is a little lagoon. I don't know if this was artificially created when you can see, I don't know if the viewfinder, it's hard to see at all. It's funny. They look real big and prominent here to me. A couple of skyscrapers in downtown Austin. I know when you take a photograph you can hardly see them. They just kind of disappear into the color of the sky. I took a picture of this bridge before from looking down it. Just kind of cool looking. This is the new, I don't know whether to call it what it is, steel or an iron. Because I guess making stuff like this out of stainless steel, which I think doesn't rust, would be too expensive. So they're still using some kind of iron alloy, but it's designed or formulated to deliberately form a kind of protective coat of rust around it that's not painted. And you see it in a lot of places now, so they don't have to worry about going back every so often and scraping off the peeling paint and repainting it. Even though this is just my slight understanding of it, I could be totally wrong. Even though that's rust on the outside of it, apparently in this case, the way this is made, the rust just stays on the outside. It doesn't penetrate in very far, and it actually forms a protective coat around the rest of the metal. So sounds like it's a huge advancement to me. It was something I didn't even aware of. Like one time Jay and I were walking when we were visiting Mom. They were walking someplace where they had a little bridge or something, handrail, and he started telling me about it. So seems to make sense, because I don't know why they would leave it like that if that rust was actually eventually going to eat the metal away. This is this part of the trail. When you get across that bridge, the trail, I guess you could say it's not as obviously it turns away from the lake, and we start heading back into a residential area, but also this recreational area. I can't think of the name of the old area right now, but it's a baseball and softball fields mostly. There's a building up here, part of the recreation department. I've never been in it. I don't know what they do. I haven't even really been down here. It's been a few times for whatever reasons. I was down here at the right time where there were some ball games going on, or some practices, really, more than the games. I've never really come down here to see any games played. I don't know what the quality of the play is. It's not just, I think it's all ages. Probably I've seen more adults down here practicing than kids from what I can remember. Yeah, you can see it there. There's streets. This building right up there is a bathroom. Yeah, for example, when I was saying there's really could be more bathrooms, this walk I go on this side, a total of 3 bathrooms along the way, and one of them is not right on the trail. It's really a little bit off. I'm still not going to walk the full distance I usually do on this side. I just wanted to come down here as far as these ball fields, and then I'm going to go a little farther just to film the Holly power plant. There's some gentrification, that's for sure, isn't it? Look at those places. I don't know, it's just weird to me. I just wouldn't feel comfortable moving into a traditionally lower middle class, working class neighborhood like this and putting up houses like that. To me, it would feel like I was pushing it in people's faces. I don't know. I don't know what the local people think. I would think they would be worried that it's going to raise their... Oh no, okay. I almost thought that was a bus stop. It was so elaborate. That's just an entrance to that place is really odd. I can't figure out what that is. Almost looks like it should be an apartment building. But I just really don't see any signs that it is. 3 stories, residence in this area. Yeah, see those dogs out there? No, that's not an apartment building. I don't know who has a house that big down here. That place there is nice. I like the colors they did that. This house with the blue, bright blue trim. I took a picture of that. It's like that blue against that pale brown color a lot. This is the area you get down here where you see a lot of graffiti on these walls surrounding the old Holly power plant. Get them cute guys. You can see over there, there's some places where it looks like it was sanctioned because it's not spray painted. In some places where it was, like right here, looks like it got washed off with the dripping and all that. I think they might have had some school art projects come down here. Yeah, you can see here. You can see this is hand painted on there. So this wasn't somebody coming by at night tagging the place. Although I don't think they wanted paint to run like that deliberately. So I think that was a little problem. Maybe it rained shortly after they painted before it dried. Oh, bicyclist. Get off the trail. Now down here some it looks like they painted over the there was an Obama stencil here. Now that was unauthorized. It wasn't speaking of 9/11, There's a kind of a corny tribute to 9/11. The two towers and the American Eagle. There's guys from the park department. Here's one of those stencil type posters. Well, that's a poster, it's not a stencil. Yeah, some of this. No, I think this is pretty much graffiti. Yeah, this section here. I don't think any of this was official. But what we're circling around here right now is the Holly power plant, which has been decommissioned. It's in the process of being decommissioned. Not sure how you say it. Anyway, it's not generating electricity anymore. It hasn't for a while, I think. I think even when I moved to Austin, it had already been shut down. And the power plant, it's off the trail over on the west side. The big Art Deco Austin power plant. This is called the Holly Street power plant. It hadn't been operating for a while either, so I don't know where our electricity is generated from. I assume these two plants here provided most, if not all, of the electric power for Austin when they were both running. So I don't know where they are. I'm sure probably outside of the city now. And this has been going on a long time. I guess I don't know what it takes to decommission obviously you just don't go in there with bulldozers, apparently, or wrecking balls and tear it down. I'm not sure why. Maybe there's maybe that'd be dangerous in some way. I don't know. It's an interesting question. Well, for today I'm gonna have to leave it at that. Probably getting near the end of the amount that this chip will hold. Until next time, ciao.